Welcome to Coin Collector's World, the home for every passionate collector, every curious beginner, and everyone who believes that a single coin can hold an entire story of history, art, and mystery. Here, we don't just talk about coins, we bring them to life. We uncover the untold stories, the hidden rarities, and the unexpected treasures that lie quietly inside pockets, drawers, and old jars, waiting to be rediscovered. In the vast universe of American coins, there's one that continues to capture hearts and imaginations across generations: the Washington quarter dollar. A coin that has seen the country evolve through wars, revolutions, celebrations, and milestones. But among all the years of its production, one specific date stands out: the year 1967. A year that gave birth to one of the most intriguing coins in American history, the 1967 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin, just another quarter you might spend on a soda, a snack, or a parking meter. But as every true collector knows, the value of a coin doesn't lie only in its denomination, but in its story, its rarity, and its condition. And the story of the 1967 quarter is a tale of mystery, decision, and transformation in the history of the United States Mint. Let's take a journey back to the mid-1960s, a period when the United States Mint faced a major crisis. People across the nation were hoarding silver coins, believing that their silver content would make them more valuable than their face value. The sudden shortage of coins in circulation created panic. To solve this problem, the U.S. Mint made a drastic decision: to stop using silver in circulating coins and start producing quarters made from a copper-nickel clad composition. But that's not all. In order to discourage the public from hoarding coins from specific mints, the Mint removed mint marks altogether from 1965 to 1967. That means every quarter from that period, including our 1967 Washington quarter, was struck without a mint mark. No D for Denver. No S for San Francisco. No P for Philadelphia. Just a clean field, simple, mysterious, and unmarked. This decision made sense at the time, but decades later, it turned these no-mint mark coins into a subject of deep fascination. Collectors began to study them closely, looking for varieties, errors, and hidden differences. The 1967 quarter became one of those coins that seemed ordinary but had extraordinary potential. What makes some of these coins so special isn't just the missing mint mark, it's the combination of rarity, striking quality, and historical significance. Over the years, collectors have discovered certain examples with exceptional detail, mirror-like surfaces, or unique minting errors. Some show slight doubling in the lettering or unusual planchet compositions, while others were preserved in pristine condition, untouched since the day they were struck. Think about it for a moment: a coin that has survived more than half a century, yet looks brand new, shining as if it was minted yesterday. Such coins, especially when professionally graded as mint state 67 or higher, become gems in the world of numismatics. They represent perfection, a flawless piece of history. And because of their condition and rarity, these coins have fetched unbelievable prices at auctions. Collectors around the world keep searching through rolls of quarters, checking every 1967 piece under bright lights and magnifying glasses, hoping to find one of those legendary specimens. Each coin tells its own story. Some have traveled across states, exchanged through millions of hands. Others have rested quietly in collections, waiting for the right moment to shine again. The design itself, created by the talented sculptor John Flanagan, remains one of the most iconic in American coinage. On the obverse, we see George Washington's proud profile, representing leadership and resilience. Above him, the word liberty stands boldly, reminding us of the ideals that shaped a nation. Beneath, the phrase "In God We Trust" captures the spirit of faith and unity that defines America. And just below, the year that captures our attention, 1967. On the reverse, the mighty bald eagle spreads its wings in strength, clutching arrows of defense and surrounded by olive branches of peace. Together, they form a balance: power with compassion, strength with mercy. It's a design that has stood the test of time, admired by collectors and historians alike. The 1967 Washington quarter represents more than just currency, it's a piece of American identity. It carries the story of a nation adapting to change, of a mint overcoming crisis, and of collectors rediscovering beauty in simplicity. Each one is a small time capsule from the 1960s, a witness to an era of transformation, but here's where the story becomes even more captivating. Among the millions of 1967 quarters produced, a few have achieved something extraordinary, recognition as near-perfect examples. These rare coins, preserved in immaculate condition and authenticated by professional grading services, have stunned the world with their value. Collectors who once thought they were holding an ordinary coin later discovered they were in possession of something truly remarkable. And one such 1967 Washington quarter with no mint mark, in exceptional mint state condition, has been valued at an astonishing $70,000. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if one of your ordinary coins could actually be worth a small fortune? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in American history, the 1989 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like just another coin. You might have tossed it into a jar, used it for a vending machine, or dropped it in a parking meter without a second thought. But what if I told you that one special version of this coin could make you rich beyond your imagination? Stay with me till the end, because the story behind this little piece of metal might just change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Let's rewind the clock for a moment. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a symbol of American pride and heritage. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, features a strong and noble portrait of George Washington on the front, and the majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse side. Fast forward to 1989. The Denver Mint, identified by the small letter D just below Washington's neck, produced millions of these coins. They were made from a copper-nickel blend, not silver, so most people assume they have no real value beyond 25 cents. But as every serious coin collector knows, value isn't just about what a coin is made of. It's about rarity, condition, and most importantly, errors. Now here's where things get interesting. In 1989, a number of quarters were struck with subtle mistakes, known as minting errors. These could include double dies, off-center strikes, weak details, or planchet errors, small imperfections that make the coin unique. And uniqueness, in the world of coin collecting, means money, sometimes a lot of it. Collectors go crazy for these kinds of coins, and that's exactly why certain 1989 quarters have become the stuff of legends. Imagine finding one with a perfect mint error, preserved in flawless condition, and graded at the highest possible level by a professional coin grading service. That combination of factors can transform a simple piece of change into a collector's dream, but there's something even more special about the 1989 quarter. Over the years, experts and coin enthusiasts have reported certain examples showing die cracks, weak strikes, and even unusual color tones caused by minting inconsistencies. These tiny details can multiply the value exponentially. Every small imperfection tells a story of how that coin made its way through the minting process, survived decades in circulation, and ended up in your hands today. So the next time you're sorting through your change, don't overlook that old quarter. Take a closer look. Does it have a small, deep mint mark under Washington's neck? Is the surface smooth and shiny, with sharp details? Or maybe there's a visible flaw, like a misaligned die or a faint doubling on the letters or numbers. Any of these could be signs that your coin is not just pocket change, but a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. And here's a fascinating detail. Some 1989 quarters have been found in mint state condition, meaning they've never been used in circulation. These are extremely hard to find, and when they do appear, collectors are willing to pay unbelievable amounts to own one. Let's be honest, most 1989 quarters are only worth their face value. But in the world of numismatics, it only takes one special coin to make history. And that's exactly what happened with one rare 1989 Washington quarter that stunned collectors when it sold for a jaw-dropping amount. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1989 Washington quarter dollar once reached an astonishing value of $50,000. So before you spend that old quarter, take a moment to look at it carefully. Because who knows, that small coin sitting quietly in your wallet could be the key to a hidden fortune. Could be worth a small fortune today. Yes, I'm talking about the 1995 Washington quarter, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, also known as the 1995 P quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin, George Washington on the front, the proud American eagle on the back. But deep beneath that shiny surface lies a story that's far more exciting than most people realize. This coin, struck nearly 3 decades ago, holds secrets that have captured the attention of collectors across the world. Let's travel back to the mid-1990s, the year 1995. The United States Mint in Philadelphia was buzzing with activity. Millions of Washington quarters were being struck every single day. But among the millions of ordinary coins, a few were born with tiny errors, mistakes so small that even the mint workers didn't notice them. It's these rare errors that transform a regular 25-cent coin into something truly special. Now, let's look closer. The 1995 P quarter was struck from a copper-nickel clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. It weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. But what really makes collectors go wild isn't the metal, it's the minting details. Most of these coins were struck perfectly, but some had light doubling on the obverse. That's the front side of the coin where George Washington's face appears. Others had weak strikes, die cracks, or even slight off-center errors. And it's those subtle minting anomalies that can raise the coin's value from just 25 cents to thousands of dollars. The P mint mark, just above the date, tells us it was made in Philadelphia, a mint that's known for producing large numbers of coins every year. Yet, despite the massive production, high-quality specimens are surprisingly scarce. Finding a 1995 P Washington quarter in pristine condition, what collectors call mint state or uncirculated condition, is like finding a hidden gem in a pile of pebbles. In coin grading, condition is everything. A circulated coin, the kind that's been in people's pockets, wallets, and vending machines, might only be worth face value, but a coin that has never been used, still shining bright with sharp details, and no scratches, can fetch astonishing prices. Grading agencies like PCGS or NGC have recorded top-tier examples graded as MS-67 and MS-68 that sold for thousands of dollars at auction. And here's the thrilling part, there's a specific variety of the 1995 P quarter that has blown collectors away. It's known for its flawless surfaces, strong strike, and eye-catching luster, making it stand out from the rest. When a coin like this appears at auction, bidding wars often break out. Collectors know that they're not just buying a piece of metal, they're owning a moment in American minting history. Think about it, how many coins do we use every day without even looking at them? The quarters we toss into a jar or drop in a parking meter could hide a treasure. This is what makes coin collecting so fascinating. You never know when you might come across a rare and valuable piece hiding in plain sight. So, what should you look for in your 1995 P quarter? Check the details closely, the sharpness of the design, the mint mark, the overall shine. Look for doubling on the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Examine the rim and edges for any signs of misalignment or striking errors. Even a tiny difference could mean you're holding a collectible worth far more than its face value. And here's a bonus tip, always keep your coins in protective holders or coin flips if you suspect they might be valuable. Even small scratches or dirt can reduce the grade and the price dramatically. Collectors and dealers pay top dollar for coins in untouched condition. Now here comes the part everyone's been waiting for. How much could a rare 1995 P Washington quarter dollar actually be worth today? Are you ready for it? One exceptional specimen, graded in near-perfect condition and showcasing remarkable mint quality, has been reported to sell for an incredible $40,000. That's right, a single quarter, worth just 25 cents when it was made, could today be valued at $40,000 in the right condition and with the right rarity. So, next time you check your change, don't overlook that 1995 quarter. It might not just be spare change, it might be your ticket to a small fortune. Keep collecting, keep searching, and who knows, the next time you open your wallet, you could be holding the next legendary coin. Thank you for joining us today on Coin Collector's World, where every episode brings you closer to the hidden value inside your pocket change. Remember to subscribe, like, and share so more collectors can join our growing community of treasure hunters. Keep searching, keep collecting, and never stop believing that the next coin you find could be the discovery of a lifetime. Until next time, this is Coin Collector's World, where coins tell stories and collectors make history.